Volunteers are the lifeblood of 826.
Volunteers are the lifeblood or the oxygen or the muscle tissue or whatever you want to say.
Volunteers are definitely the heartbeat of 826, period. Without our volunteers, we wouldn't be able to serve as many youth every single day that we serve.
They're essential. There is nothing. There is no 826 Michigan without volunteers.
Well, we wouldn't be able to do the work we do without the help of volunteers.
We've got 6,000 active volunteers working across the country in our different chapters. And, but we've got about 70, 80 staff people. And last year we worked with more than 32,000 students.
Our students and a lot of volunteers that we work with sometimes come from different communities. And I think 826 is one of those places where all those communities can come together.
For like an hour, that kid who might never have an hour of someone listening to them, they're in school. In school, you're one of 30. And then you go out of the classroom and you're one of 1,000. And here at an 826, it's one-to-one. And it's you, and you're talking to that person, and that person's listening to you, and they're there to provide that support, and they're helping you. That is what builds growth. That's what builds your confidence. That's what builds your self-esteem, to know that people want to listen and people want to hear you.
Volunteers are so important to us here at 826 LA because it fosters relationships with students and adults. And part of that is to engage with other people that aren't our same age to say, hey, what you're thinking and what you're doing is really awesome and I really enjoy working with you.
It's one of those unique and wonderful places where adults and students share equally in the amount of fun that's being had. And I think it's because it's new and energizing for the volunteers every time. And they're having these direct conversations with students. And so even though they may not be working with the same student each week, they're learning something new about their own skill set. And I think those relationships that they do develop with the students they see again and again are incredibly meaningful.
For me, there's nothing better than going into an 826 center and seeing a volunteer and a student sitting there together and working together on a project.
Seeing a student come in and dying to go sit with a specific tutor and tell them about what happened that day, tell them about something that they've been thinking about, something that they read. Those relationships, I think, are invaluable.
Honestly, 826 is in itself a community. We were founded by writers and educators. Our volunteers are often writers and educators. It is a place for them to engage with their peers, to be in a space that inspires them in the same way that it inspires our students.
And it's not just coming in and sitting with a kid and getting their homework done. There's so much more that goes on there. It's showing kids that you care about them, that you're committed to them, that you're going to follow through with them and follow up with them, and setting an example for them to be engaged in their community and to give back when their time comes. Modeling that behavior for them so when they turn 16, they're coming back in as volunteers too.
Helping young people succeed is never going to go away. You become adults and it's bred into you. You want to help the next generation. So 826, as long as we can provide that support and that guidance and that help for adults to be able to support kids and for kids to be able to keep that spark of creativity and the mentoring model of being able to provide that support to somebody who might not look like you, they might not be from the same background as you, but you're getting to share your life experiences with each other is so important just to give both parties, the mentor and the mentee, a different view of the world and to come to some sort of shared understanding and to grow from that experience. It's incredibly important.